Christ-centered living is a way of life in which Jesus Christ is at the center of everything we do, think, and say. It is a life lived in total surrender to Him, with the aim of glorifying Him in all aspects of our lives. This way of living is not a set rule or a rigid lifestyle, but rather a deep and personal relationship with Jesus Christ that guides and transforms every aspect of our being. At the heart of Christ-centered living is the belief that Jesus Christ is the Son of God who came to earth as a human being to save us from our sin. Through His death and resurrection, He conquered sin and death and made a way for us to have eternal life with Him in heaven. When we accept Jesus Christ as our Savior and Lord, we become children of God and are given the Holy Spirit to guide and empower. Living a Christ-centered life means that we submit to His Lordship and allow Him to guide us in every direction we make. We seek to live in obedience to His commands, which are based on love for God and love for others. We strive to live a life of holiness, which means living in a way that is pleasing to God and reflects His character. One of the key aspects of Christ-centered living is spending time in prayer and studying the Bible. This is how we learn more about God and His will for our lives. Through prayer, we can communicate with God and seek His guidance and wisdom. Through studying the Bible, we can learn more about God's character, His plan for our salvation, and His commands for us. Another important aspect of Christ-centered living is being part of a community of believers. This can be a local church or a small group of Christians who support and encourage one another in their faith. Being part of a community allows us to share our struggles and joys, pray for one another, and serve together in the name of Jesus Christ. Living a Christ-centered life also means seeking to serve others and share the love of Jesus with them. This can take many forms, such as volunteering at a local charity, supporting a missionary, or simply showing kindness to a neighbor in need. We do this because we are called to love others as Christ has loved us, and to share the good news of salvation with them. I say all of that to say, welcome to the No News, Just Facts podcast. And I'd like to start off with a little story. I will say that March 31st, 2023 will go down as one of the greatest moments of my life. There is I don't want to disrespect him by calling him a pastor, because he is not a pastor. He's more than that. He goes by Prophet Lovey Elias. He has a ministry on YouTube that I would watch from time to time. And you know what, let me even just go back. Take it back to October. I wanted to just change. That there was like a sudden epiphany over my life where there was a lot of things I was doing that I didn't want to do anymore. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was addicted to pornography. I ain't gonna lie. I was addicted to pornography, and it would make me feel like, I would watch it and it would just make me feel so dirty afterwards, you know? It would just make me feel dirty afterwards. And in the midst of all of that, I just felt miserable, because in the midst of me having the addiction to porn, I also would just feel like unmotivated. That's number one. I was doing this. Y'all seen how I was when I was doing this podcast back then. I was just doing it and just. It didn't give me any value to do this podcast the way I was doing it. You put that on top of, I'm gonna be honest, mentally I didn't feel okay. You know, there's really nobody to talk to about that, because as a man, you're not really supposed to like be vulnerable like that or anything. So in October, I decided that, hey, I'm not going to be doing any of the stuff that makes me feel the way that I feel. So I got back into reading the Bible. I got back into praying. I was exercising 4 to 5 times a day. And I said, I'm going to stay on the path of good and not on the path of darkness, you know? And I was doing well. I ain't gonna lie. I did well in the month of October. But somewhere like it's just between having the job, it's just like just between having the job that I had, like I'm working in retail, and it's just like a nonstop thing of just like being stuck in traffic, getting to work and having to deal with all the stuff that I have to deal with at work, like people cussing me out and giving me an attitude because they have to follow the rules of where I work and they don't want to, and I have to just sit there and take it with a smile on my face, pause, and then just leaving that whole entire thing and then going to fight through traffic and go right back to my house and come here and make videos and try to stay motivated, even though like I feel bad because I'm at a job I hate. So now I have to come home and like put on this pretend like I'm not, you know, like I'm happy, but I'm not really happy. I'm trying my best to like, you know, pick up this facade. And then, you know, there was a moment in time during October where there was this guy who, he was a friend of my mom's, and he came to like, I guess him and my mom, like came to visit my mom and everything like that. Me and him happen to talk, and he just like starts raffling off all these things about me that I never told him, right? He just starts like telling me things that are going on in my life. And like I said, I never told him anything. And it just made me cry. I just sat there and I cried while he was telling me all this stuff. And I was vulnerable in that moment and in that time. And I just started like letting out all this suppressed anger, all this suppressed stuff that was just sitting there and living in me. Because like you have to understand. So before all of this, let's just take it back to like 2021. So my uncle passed away, and during the time when he was sick, I had to be with him. And I experienced so many things that I didn't want to like that. I truly just don't want, I did like, as of now, like at this moment, I do not want to remember, because it was just such a rough time for me. Like 2020 was a very rough time for me, as I'm sure it was for everybody. At that moment, like it wasn't like at that moment in time when my uncle was sick, I had to be in this, like I had to be with him. And I just remember like going to the hospital so many times and being in the house with him, and he was just taking all these medications. And you know, I won't even get into what his sickness was or anything like that, but it was a lot. And then leaving from where he was at, which is at the time California, and then coming back home. Now, like, mind you, around this time I did not have a job. So when my mother asked me like, hey, can you go to California and take care of your uncle? It was almost kind of like I didn't have a choice. And this is me broke. I'm broke. And so it's just like she sold me on this thing of like a change of scenery. And I went there. And like I said, it's there are a lot of good memories, and there are a lot of things I just do not want to remember, because it was very difficult. When I came back from all of that, it was just kind of like I had to go back to my reality and act like none of that happened. And I don't do good with. I listen. I don't do good with people I love being sick, or people I love that are close to me passing away. So to cut the long story short, I went and found a job around like November of 2020, and I was working. It was like a stalker. It was just some BS job. I was a stalker at night, and I was doing that. And you know, December comes around, and lo and behold, my uncle passes away. And I didn't cry. I had to hold it. I had to hold it and just continue living my life. I had that job all the way up until April, and then I left. And then now I'm back, broke again, with difficulty. It's all this while I'm living with my mom. You know, and this is all while living with my mom. And you know, I can't even like reveal myself to her because I don't know how to. She's a woman trying to relate to my mother. Trying to relate to me is you know, I need more of like a brotherly, fatherly, you know, figure. So I can't even really be true with my mom so much. I can't really like give her so much because she doesn't really understand from my end, you know? And you know, her hurt is different from my hurt. So it's like the way she's, you know, grieving is just kind of like she's just staying in one place and doing a lot of different things that she wouldn't normally do. Cut back to October. So I'm working. So I got another job, and the job is where I'm currently at right now. And like I said, I was just in a revere for change. So the thing happened in October, like me saying that in October of 2022. Like I said, the guy was the man was just like telling me stuff that I never told him about. And he really highlighted something that was really there that I really like I really never told him, is like the thing about my anger. I really in the past have had like an anger problem, like not towards people, but just this rage that's sitting and living inside of me. And want to just, you know, cut to the chase here and just say March 31st, I went to Revelation Church. They had something here at Smart. And, you know, something told me to like, he announced it back in December, and I was like, I don't care what I have going on, I'm gonna go. Nobody went with me. I went by myself. If y'all could just, what I'm about to play. Now, before I play this, like the whole entire thing was beautiful. Like it was the best thing I've ever attended. Like, best church, best revival, best anything that I've ever attended, you know? Let me just play this for you guys.
On me, every form of the enemy, I break it in the name of Jesus. Break it in the name of Jesus. Every generation of curse, every generation of curse, I break it in the name of Jesus. I break it in the name of Jesus.
Now, what happened here? If you would like to know, but I'm gonna tell you anyway, whether you want to know or not. The prophet in the middle of the service asked everybody to stretch their hands forth. And he said, don't look around. Don't look at your neighbor or anything like that. Just close your eyes and stretch your hands forth to God and start to pray. And as we started praying, he started to cast out every single demon that was in that Smart Financial Center. He started casting out every single demon that was in that Smart Financial Center. He was saying the prayer that he was praying was casting out everything. So while I had my hands up, I began to feel my body start to crouch. Like I crouched over my seat as I was standing. Like I crouched over a seat, and I started to feel my body feel weird. And as my body started to feel weird, mind you, my eyes are still closed. My eyes are still closed. As I have my eyes still closed, I begin to scream profuse. I'm screaming and 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 screaming. I'm screaming like somebody just hit me with a metal baseball bat. Like I am like full-fledged screaming, right? And the ushers had to like grab me and bring me up to the stage where all these other people were getting demons casted out of them, right? They were taking every person that was like screaming up to the altar, and I just kept screaming and screaming, and my body was just, I had something going on with my body. I can't even explain what it was, but like my body just felt so tight, and it just felt like, I don't know, it felt like something was moving, and my body felt tight. I kept screaming, and by the time I was able to like see, like once I opened my eyes, like I was just sitting there like I am now right here. I was just breathing hard. It felt like whatever was still there just didn't want to leave. Like it didn't want to go anywhere. I just kept breathing like really profuse. So I stand up from right here, right? And I'll just play it's like a couple more seconds, right? So I'll just go back real quick. So I stand up from right there, right? And I'm just still breathing hard. So this prophetess, let me say it right. This prophet was walking around and just basically praying away like the demons. And I was just like staring at her. I wish I knew the lady's name. I don't want to like, but I was just standing and looking at her, and I was breathing really hard. And she just came over and she said, "Demon, get out of him." And I just fell back to the floor, and my eyes closed. My eyes were like twitching while they were closed too. And my hands were doing this right here while I was on the ground, right? I told you, while I was sitting right there, that whatever was there, it didn't want to leave. And I want to say that, like, I thank God, I thank Christ that I went there. I thank Christ that I went there. I left work. After I left work, I went home, put on my clothes, and went. I thank God that I went there, because man, I feel so free. I feel clear-headed, and man, I'ma just keep thanking God. I'm gonna just keep praising God. I'm gonna keep my eyes on God, because he did this to me. Not like, this is not something that any person can, this is not something I can explain. Like God really, like, God's power reigns supreme, bro. Like, I don't even know how to explain like this, how I feel right now. It's just God, bro. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm so glad that I went, and I went and I told my mom, like, hey, went and this happened. And I just started like apologizing to her, because I was really like stubborn and hard-headed and just everything in between to my mom. And she doesn't deserve that, like, for all she has done for me. Like, I love her too much to be acting like that to her, like it's like evil just tried to like destroy me, and it's like to be honest with you, to even take it further, it's like evil basically tried to tear, me away from my mom. And, evil at this point in time has succeeded with my sister, because my little sister, because like we don't even like me and her used to have a good relationship. And then I don't know, something happened with her and our mom, and I don't see her no more. She literally don't talk to either one of us. But hey, Let God handle it. You know, you see, he handled me. If he can restore me and bring me back, he can bring anybody back, you know? And I'm so glad like that I went and I did this. I'm so glad there's nothing that can like be explained that can tell like how much I love the Lord now, bro. Like I honestly can't even believe I'm saying this right now. Like I never thought I'd be here saying that like I love the Lord, and I literally be in my Bible and I literally be praying like it's so great, bro. Like can't believe it, man. Like this is the best feeling in the world, and I just wish there was more people who could like be around me so I could like explain it to them. Like, man. Anyways, man, that's my story. That's my testimony. Hopefully it wasn't too long, and if it was long, hey, it's my podcast. You don't gotta sit here. You can leave. So we just gonna get into what's going on in the world, bro. Let's see what these stories is talking about. I'm late to talking about this, but I don't care. Let's just talk about it. Vince McMahon, being the person he is, basically sold WWE to a, I don't know what they're called. Are they an entertainment company? I don't know what they are, but a company called Endeavor, which owns UFC as well, bought them. Right? And the biggest news of all of that was that Vince McMahon basically came back to creative, and basically Triple H's reign as, you know, head of creative or whatever position he was doing at creative is now just over. The Triple H era is over, basically. That was basically known after the whole entire thing with Cody Rhodes being attacked by Brock Lesnar. And by the way, side note, I'm just gonna say it if nobody else is gonna say it, bro. They hyped up Cody Rhodes. Did you know? I didn't know this. I didn't know Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes have real heat with each other, because of Cody Rhodes coming in and basically just like getting like this deluxe sweet treatment at WWE when he just went back. Like it's crazy. It's utterly disgusting. And like I watched WrestleMania, and you know, WrestleMania was kind of the best match that I saw was the Gunther match, you know, for I believe it was for the title, with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. I love that match. That was definitely Triple H. That was definitely the work into Triple H. And then the whole thing with Snoop Dogg and The Miz and Shane McMahon busting his quad. I just said it just read, you know, it had Vince McMahon vibes all over it. So yeah, it was only a matter of time. You know, when I heard the news, I was sad, but I was like, it was only a matter of time before the old man got back in there. You know, I mean, even with the scandal happened, it's crazy how he finessed this whole entire situation. Let me tell you something. The whole scandal, and then basically making it look like he was about to retire, and then doubling back, and then selling the company, and then like finessing his way back into the company. Man, that is a finesse. That's some Black Air Force activity if I ever seen any. The way he did that, man, that's crazy. The way he did that, bro. Crazy the way he did that. It's just like telling with Vince McMahon that like he's so stuck in his ways that he'd rather coddle his company in his old age until the last breath than give any control whatsoever creatively to his son-in-law, to his daughter, or to his actual son. This is like peak, like mustache Vince McMahon is a whole nother animal. You hear me? He's a whole nother animal. And then you got UFC Dana White. I seen the video of him, and he was like, somebody was asking a question about. I wish I could find the video right now. Somebody was asking a question about WWE, and then like I guess the guy was asking like one of the UFC fighters, and the UFC fighter was like, I don't want Dana White to get mad at me. And then he was like, does anybody have any other stupid questions? Like, bro, like at the end of the day, you have to acknowledge that you're in the same company as WWE. Like y'all are best buddies now. Like y'all are stepbrothers now, you know? To say that UFC doesn't have its own tactics that like might be like WWE like is an understatement. Like, don't y'all have press conferences? Like, not saying that WWE was really like a press conference type of thing that they ran. Like, they kind of took that idea from AEW a little bit. I mean, but you know, I'm not saying WWE never have press conferences. Don't take it that way. But like, they did kind of like take that. They did kind of like jock that style because of the whole media scrum with AEW and CM Punk and that going viral the way it did. So that was like, oh yeah, I'm sure Vince McMahon was like, yo, jump on that, like for real. So, you know, it's that with UFC or the weigh-ins where it's like they ready to just fight each other at the weigh-ins. Like, come on, bro. Like, we know that ain't real, bro. Like, but hopefully, you know, after all the things that have happened, hopefully everything steps in the right direction, because I just now started watching WWE again, and I was actually interested after WrestleMania. But now, I don't know if I'm still interested now because he's back. You know, because Triple H was doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? He was, man, Triple H really knows how to like curate and create some like really magical things and make it less about like the Jerry Springer type stuff and make it more about wrestling. That's really what I liked about the Triple H era, the wrestling aspect of it. So hopefully, you know, there's enough like rumblings from like, you know, Endeavor and the fans, and they actually listen to like Vince actually decides to go ahead and listen to the fans and just give us more wrestling, bro. Like it wasn't enough that he destroyed the NXT brand by like making that ugly logo that he made for them and just totally just hijacking NXT and making it just whatever. I don't know, man. I just hope WWE can like bounce back from all of this BS, you know? I guess I'll just go back to watching New Japan or something, because I'm definitely not watching AEW. I'll tell you that much. I'm not watching AEW. AEW, that's a whole nother topic, man. It's like, I'm gonna be honest and tell you, AEW is kind of goofy. I was with watching AEW at first, because I was like, yeah, they're wrestling over there. You know, it's about wrestling over there. And now they just, and I don't even know anymore. I don't even know what they doing over there no more, man. CM Punk is gone. Chris Jericho is just doing whatever. Daniel Bryan is doing whatever, man. Like, I don't even know anymore, bro. Like, this is only one thing that I'll comment on. Their world title picture right now is like a total joke. Like, it's a total joke. Let me tell you why it's a total joke. Because you got MJF as champion, and that's not bad. MJF as champion, world champion is cool. But here's where the problem lies. The people he's contending against, like, he won that title from, what is it, John Moxley at their Revolution pay-per-view. Like I'm a casual watcher, so I don't really know everything that's going on. But from what I've watched, he won that title from John Moxley, which John Moxley was another good champion. But his contention, like, who writes this BS? You got Jungle Boy, you got Darby Allin, and you have Sammy Guevara. Doesn't the championship say AEW World Heavyweight Championship? What are you doing going against cruiserweights? Like, what are y'all doing? Like, this very well might as well be a X division. Like this, you got four people who are literally like, even MJF is like, he may as well be a cruiserweight. Like, you got cruiserweights fighting for a world heavyweight championship, your most prestigious title in AEW, and this is what y'all are giving y'all's fans. Yeah. I'm going and watching New Japan, where wrestling matters. I'm going to go watch the indies because WWE is on some BS right now. AEW is on some BS right now, and we ain't getting no real wrestling right now. But salute to both of those companies. I just hope something good comes out of both of those companies, because right now, like, the whole Brock Lesnar Cody Rhodes thing, like how is it your show after your Raw after WrestleMania is this trash? Like, I don't even get it. I'm done talking about this, man. I'm so disappointed in American wrestling, in American mainstream wrestling right now, that I just don't know what else to say. Like, ugh, bro. I didn't get to talk about this at all because, you know, it happened so fast, and I didn't get time because I was fasting, and I just didn't have no time to get close to my social media and anything like that. So just talk about it real quick. You know, America will always find a way to divide people. The American media will always find a way to divide people. Your tactics are amazing, American media. So amazing. But it's the same one-trick pony. Let me tell you why I do not care about this. Number one, let's take it back to Detroit in 2004. Remember the Pacers and the Detroit Pistons, like, having that whole entire bout? Can you imagine for a second if Ben Wallace was white and Ron Artest was black? Wait, I'm sorry. Like, what am I saying? Ron Artest is black. What if Ben Wallace was white? You know what the American media would have did if Ben Wallace was white and Ron Artest was and it was like Ron Artest being black and Ben Wallace was white? They would turn that into a whole story and run that continuously and continuously and continuously and continuously and continuously, right? Let's take it back. Let's take it back even further. The Detroit Pistons and the Boston Celtics. I think I was a baby when that whole entire thing happened, right? What just happened? What just happened? I think I was a baby when that whole entire thing happened, right? If I distinctly remember correctly, didn't Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas get into a fight or something like that? And you know what the media did? They turned that into a story. They turned that into a story, right? Didn't they? They turned it into a story. They always turn stuff into a story. Just because it's a black person, they try to make it a whole thing about, oh yeah, you should be respectful to the other team and all this other BS, right? Meanwhile, Napkin Woman was taunting this Angela Reese girl, right? She was taunting her. And it's okay when the Napkin Woman taunts. It's okay when the Napkin Woman taunts the black woman on the basketball court. But if she turns around and do it, oh, now it's wrong. I don't understand. Like, can we stop this already? Like, trash talking in sports has always been there. Let them people trash talk each other, bro. Let them people trash talk each other. They were there on the basketball court, so it's fair game. It's fair game. It's fair game. If you gonna talk trash to me, I should be able to talk trash back. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right to. It's okay. It's okay for her to do it, but like when that black little girl did it, it was, you know, like, come on, bro. Y'all know what's going on. It's another separate and divide and conquer thing. Like, it's trash talk. Sports always has trash talk. Like, if it was two white men on a tennis court trash talking to each other, we wouldn't even be here. we would not even be here. We wouldn't even be here. So it's like, and then it's just so stupid. And then the whole thing with Joe Biden inviting the other team. Y'all have never done that. Like inviting the losing team to. Y'all never done that. Why y'all doing that now? Like what's up? Like what y'all doing? Like why y'all changing the rules, bro? Like why y'all moving the goalposts, bro? Why y'all moving the goalposts, bro? Like if we doing all that, you might as well have let Golden State go to the. Y'all might as well have let Golden State and the team that they beat go to the White House. It's only right. Oh God. But yeah, shout out to LSU, man. Shout out to them, those two ladies. I don't know how to say the lady's name. I know it's Angela Reese, and the other girl's name is Flu J. That's how you say her name. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong, but shout out to y'all. Y'all did what y'all was supposed to do. You know, hopefully there's some type of positivity to come after this, you know, upon all of the stupid things that y'all got to go through with racism and everything like that, from napkin people just talking mess. Yeah, shout out to them. Oh, that's interesting. So a YouTube was making a prank video in a Virginia mall and got, oh, okay. Wow. Interesting. So let's look at the video. See what's going on here. Oh wait, my bad. Hold up, y'all. Let me read this. Hold up, y'all. Give me a second. Let's see if I can like make this a little bit bigger. Pause. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here.
A few hours ago from his hospital bed in the ICU, Cook is known for his YouTube prank videos, and evidently he picked the wrong target yesterday.
31-year-old Alan Coley is accused of shooting Cook after a fight.
Whoa.
Despite that, Cook tells our Matthew Torres he has no plans to stop what he calls his passion.
I'm fine.
Tonight, Tanner Cook giving WSA 9 an update from his hospital bed.
See, man, y'all YouTube pranksters gotta stop, bruh. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop messing with people, bruh. Y'all got to stop messing with people. Sometimes people just don't want to. There are some people out there who just don't want to get played with. Pause. There's some people who just don't got time for the jokety jokes. You feel what I'm saying? There's a lot of people with hot triggers out there. You hear what I'm saying? Especially out here in the South, bro. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that when you know what I'm saying? It's legal. You can legally carry over here. I'm telling you.
The ICU with his mother right by his side. This 21-year-old expected to make a full recovery after being critically shot in the stomach inside the.
Goodness, he got capped in the stomach. Golly, man. Yo, man. Y'all got to quit, bro. This got to be a wake up call for him. Gotta be.
It's Sunday.
Just keep God first.
Cook is a content creator for his YouTube page, Classified Goof, racking up more than 38,000 subscribers. He says he was recording a video playing jokes with the man accused of pulling the trigger, 31-year-old Alan Coley. This witness capturing the moment deputies arrested Coley.
Dang, bruh. And it's a whole thing for me. Like, would y'all say he's wrong would y'all say dude who capped Buddy in the stomach, like, is he wrong for doing that? I vote no. He was not wrong for doing that. Like, can you imagine somebody coming and bothering you and playing jokes and like, come on, bro. Like, it's not even like, and then it probably wasn't even funny. Whatever he was doing was probably not even funny, bro. It wasn't even funny, low key, you know. So I mean, I think I heard him say something about, oh, it's not gonna stop me from like making videos. Like, no, you should stop. I think you should probably stop. You should probably give it a rest because you got hit in the stomach with one of them firecrackers. You talking about you gonna keep doing it? Come on, man. I think you should really consider. I think you should really consider retiring from doing that and just probably maybe be a streamer. I don't know, play video games or do something that doesn't involve going up to people and basically messing with them. Like, I don't think this is it, bro. This might not be for you. Like, yeah, I don't think it's for you. Like, I don't think you should continue. literally believe, like, considering the recent events that just happened in Tennessee, our southern governments would like literally be on guard and be doing everything they can to put the people's safety at hand. And I'm here to tell you, hell no, they're not. Oh man. Oh gosh. It's like they got their head turned all the way this way, and all the tragedy is happening the opposite way. Like what? Like, huh? Like, just let me read the headline first. Florida will now allow its residents to carry concealed guns without a permit or training. The law goes into effect July 1st. So yeah, Florida is about to be just like Texas. And I believe Atlanta is like that too. And not even Atlanta, Georgia, I'm sorry. I believe Georgia is like that as well. And a lot of other southern states are like that. Yeah. Am I shocked? No. I mean, Florida is already looked at like whatever they're looked at based on, the people's, the perception America puts on Florida. And now it's like, wasn't there a school, wasn't there a Parkland? Didn't something happen there? Wasn't there a thing there that happened at Parkland? And now they doing this. I don't know, man. It's starting to look like if you stay in America, you loony, you crazy, you out of your mind. Like, it's starting to look like the outside of America is probably the best option. I don't know. Canada's looking kind of nice right now for a lot of Americans. I don't mean to laugh, but it's just like nothing is being done. Craziness is happening. And sometimes I feel like the craziness that happens here in America is just, it happens so a story can be pursued. Like a lot of the tragedies that happen, God bless the people God bless the families of the people that have lost their lives. But it's like these people that lose their lives are like sacrifices for the media, like American media, to just use as like this beacon of story. I don't know how to explain it, but like it just feels as though like it's like the media is just as bad as some of the people in the government that don't care about what's going on to just common folk. Like, it's obvious the gun laws ain't gonna change. It's obvious, it's obvious the NRA is always gonna be in bed with them, with those politicians, and it's like nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna change. It's just gonna continue to be slayings and tragedies, and nothing's gonna change. I don't know. And people gonna continue to vote for these people who don't have our best interests at heart and don't do anything or respond to the violent acts that happen in this country. It's poor. It's disgusting. And what can we do about it? Absolutely nothing. Oh, they'll say, oh, you can go vote, and voting doesn't. Yeah, you know voting doesn't matter. You know that. You know voting doesn't matter, right? Whoever they want to be in there is going to be in there. You know it doesn't matter. I was like, what can I do? What can we do? All you can do is pray, man. Just pray. Just pray, bro. Now, this is absurd. If there's if none of these stories on this podcast is crazy, this right here takes the cake. A family is getting called out on social media for rocking blood, gang colors, and making hand signs. First of all, sir, you got your little son right next to you throwing up the B sign. What do he know about? What does he know about? Correct me if I'm wrong. Damu, what does he know about it? He a little kid. You got your little son banging. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. And ma'am, you got your little princess in the middle throwing up one of them signs. How is she banging at 4, 5, 6, or 7 years old is what I want to know. Why y'all doing that? Like, why y'all doing that, bro? Like, it's too much right now. Like y'all, like, it'd be different if it was just the adults doing it, but like, y'all got y'all little kids doing this. Like, y'all do know, like, it's like Bloods are a real gang, right? Like it's people really out here. They really out here though. Like on everything. Like, they everywhere. Like, bro, like, you got your son right. Like, ma'am, you got your son right next to you throwing another one of their signs up. Like, y'all asking for karma to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say too much, but like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all deserve y'all kids taken. Like, what is this, bro? Like, they should be outside playing. Like your son should be inside playing Fortnite or something. Like, what the hell he know about the Bloods? Like, what does he know about banging? Not a dang thing. Y'all kids should be taken away for that. Like, that ain't cool. And what makes this less? I don't care if the father is an actual whatever. But like, I don't think any real, like, person who's in a gang got they kids involved at all. Like, have they kids involved at all? Don't y'all know the rule? Like, ain't there a rule somewhere or something? No women, no children, or something like that. And look at all of it. Bro got his woman and his children. That's a sad thing. Really sad. It's like, it's less funny. Like, it's funny, but after a while, like, the reality sets in my head. Like, what if something bad happens? You know, like, y'all ain't think about that when y'all was taking this picture. Like, y'all ain't think like, hey, maybe we could like take another picture where we not throwing up signs affiliated with an organization that's actually, like, you know, I don't know, active in every part of the United States. I'm just saying. But what do I know? I'm just a civilian. Forget everything.